friends, my name is Koolio and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're taking a first look impressions video for Crown 4 Kingdoms. Crown 4 Kingdoms? Yep, that's the name of this game. This is a new mobile MMORPG developed by X Legend. Now if that name sounds familiar, they're the game company that has done games like Ara Kingdom and one of my personal favorite MMOs of all time, Eden Eternal. Now, when I heard that this game was first coming out, I actually heard it from you guys and some of the Reddit forums that I check out, that people were seeing a lot of ads for this game, and they were really pushing it for people to try this game out, so I decided, why not? It came out earlier today, so I downloaded it, played it throughout the day, and I wanted to get to the point where you get to certain milestones in the game, and I had to stop. I couldn't take it anymore. I'm sorry. If you really enjoy this game, I personally don't enjoy this game that much. There are some serious problems with it. Now, if you've ever played an X Legends game, I think of them kind of as a copy-paste MMORPG developer. They come out with games very frequently, like every 6 months, like 2 games a year, that look almost identical to each other, except they always have differing slight tweaks here and there on certain mechanics. For example, the Eden Eternal game, one of my favorite things about that game is the ability for you to try out a whole bunch of different classes. You can multi-class like a lot in that game. Now, one of the other, like, you have, I think the Ara Kingdom, like, there was one game that came out that had like a really heavy pet system. So yeah, it was really interesting to see how the game played out. So to see how like this new one came out, because the biggest focus of this game has to be its 4 kingdoms, its 4 factions, its PvP that the game's got going on right now. But the thing that I have a really hard time with is this game is very, very heavily auto play. Like, there are games that have auto questing and auto completion, things like that, and I don't mind. It's totally fine if a game has that. This game, however, is a really heavy-handed autoplay game, and it's not a very good one. As you can see right here, I'm simply just trying to activate the auto movement in this game, and it's not working. I think the game isn't exactly loading correctly. You don't see any mobs around. There's a lot of glitches to the game right now. It's not super good. And in fact, there we go. Now we've gotten everything kind of loaded back up. I found myself getting stuck in walls, and it's not a very good auto gameplay, and it's very heavy-handed. As soon as you jump into the game takes control of your character and just starts running with it. Things start popping up on the screen. It was very discouraging. I wanted to check out different parts of the interface. I wanted to go and do other things, but the game forces you to do stuff. It forces you to move to one place to another. It forces you to go through certain tutorials. It is very, very frustrating. Now, there are some unique mechanics behind this game that I am going to show you, and one of my, like, probably one of the only things in this game that's actually one of the few things in this game that actually I had a lot of fun with. But you can see right here, the game is forcing me to go through certain tutorials. And you just have to click through it. It's really, really annoying how heavy-handed this game is when it comes to the tutorial. Now, with a lot of these MMORPGs, these are very cash grab styles of MMOs. These are games that people can make within a matter of months, and you can easily develop this game, send it out, get the players invested into the game, and get a lot of money back because it doesn't take very long, and you can make a whole bunch of them. Now, I understand the reasoning behind certain games and developers doing stuff like this because, like I said, they can get a good amount of money with these types of games because players like us become addicted to them because they've got these red markers everywhere, and you want to try to get the best that you can. And there are some unique things in this game dealing with its faction system. In fact, let me just go ahead and show you that real quick. I believe it's under the kingdom info. Now, these are all different players. The Archon, the Grand Duke, the Queen, the Chief of Staff. As you're playing through the game, you're leveling up, you're devoting yourself to your kingdom. You can rise up in the ranks until you become one of these head officers, and I can see people spending a lot of money so you can get to the top of the top and get your name posted on boards like this. I'm not into that kind of gameplay style. There are definitely people out there that are, but to be honest, this isn't really an MMO game. This is a character management game. Now, I recently did a video where I played, what's the name of the game? Ragnarok M Eternal Love. And that game, you actually play the game. It allows you to play it. You move around, you use your skills and abilities. There's no auto combat. Well, there is an auto combat in the game, but it's used for grinding. There's no auto questing. This game, everything is auto, and I can't recommend it. And I apologize. I know some people were probably really excited to try this game out, but to be honest, I can't recommend it because it's a game that you don't play at all. It's a game that literally just drives you from point A to point B. You get equipment that pops up on your screen. You hit OK, it automatically equips it onto you. And I was disappointed. I really wanted to see a new type of MMO come out, but I knew I wasn't going to get that, to be honest with you, because it's the next Legends game. I was just hoping the 4-faction PvP would have been interesting, but I tried, like, from the questing that I've seen about it, it doesn't seem like it's very interactive or playing against other players. It looked like, honestly, you just kind of attack people's factions and their NPCs and stuff, and yeah, and then it's not my favorite thing, but I do want to show you one of the things I actually did like about this game, and it was like one of the few moments I actually had a lot of fun with it, and hopefully I'll be able to show you. It's under life skills, wanted. This is like the only part of the game that you actually play. You go to the wanted missions, you go onto searching, and it starts this little mini game where you have to attempt to find, if it'll let me do it. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Like I said, there's a lot of bugs. Yeah, it's not gonna, dang it, I really wanted to show you guys this because it was actually like a lot of fun. I guess I don't have enough. It says I have, man, I'm actually really sad now that I can't show you like the one part of the game that I had a lot of fun with. But like some of the other things I was disappointed with this game is if you look around, the view distance is terrible. If I just walk this direction right here, you're gonna see that things pop in and out constantly, and it's so bad, you guys. Like, you're gonna see like the environments pop in and out. You're not gonna be able to like see other players. It doesn't feel like a very immersive game. Honestly, this is a game that's blatantly, and look, I think I got disconnected again. It's a game that you sit there, you watch, it auto plays for you through everything. Every once in a while, the story will pop up. You skip through it. You just automatically go through quests and things like that. So you can see right now too, there's so many bugs. You can see like things popping in the distance. It's just like, it feels like a game that was put together in like 2 weeks, and then they shipped it out. They copied and pasted assets from older games and stuff like that, or whatever. Because the game does look like some of the other X-Legend type of titles out there. So I could honestly see them putting this together and like not very long, shipping it out, and then having us play it. But it's a game that constantly grabs your attention with these red markers all over the place. You're clicking menus and stuff. I really don't have a whole lot that I want to say about this game. I wanted to show you some other stuff, but the glitching out and the questing and everything is just kind of getting in the way. Hopefully, you know what? Let me see if I can actually show you some of the other things. Now, there is a rank up system with your class. Once you get to, I believe it's level 30, you go through a class transfer thing. But instead of you becoming like a higher grade version of your class, you pretty much become like a completely different class. If I remember right, the wizard becomes a priest, which is completely different in my opinion. And I think the warrior that you play as becomes like a paladin. I don't know. There are some things that I find kind of interesting in this game, such as the talent system. Now, you'll acquire these potential points as you're playing through the game. And for instance, if I want to get to these damage counters right here to increase my damage, I have to build my way along this track in order to get to them by applying these points, such as by going through this way, which, to be honest, I think is actually a kind of an interesting mechanic for this game to have. So if I want to get up to some of these bonuses up here, the skill Fortify, I'll have to kind of work my way up this way, build my way across the screen. But you can see there's a lot of stuff that you can work on, and I wish this was more of an encouraged system in the game, something they maybe would have advertised a little bit more, because I think this is a really interesting way to develop and maintain your character. The life skill system too is pretty cool. They have this hero system, which is basically their gacha system, where you play through, you can get shards to unlock characters, and these are essentially teammates that you can equip onto your character to help you out. You see them following around you. They do have an interesting interaction system where you can essentially go ahead and pet your character and they get all happy and stuff. I don't know. I did it earlier before, and this guy, I don't know, tap on his face. It was weird that they have this kind of pet system. Look at that. See, he's all happy that I'm like interacting with him. And then you can use some of these things, drag them over, max it out, and you can level them up using some of these. But for some reason, a lot of this stuff is not working for me right now, which is not good for the game overall. But there are some pretty unique companions that you can collect. Like, I wish there was a harder focus on things like this companion system and that skill system, because there are some unique systems that this game has that I think a lot of players would really enjoy, but you don't really get a chance to really try these things out because you are so heavily handed, dragged from one spot to the next, and you're going to go into this mindset of, oh, I don't really want to play, I'll just kind of click on the menus. And they even have these dungeon systems that you can play through, but like I don't know what's going on. It's not really letting me try anything. I think I got disconnected. Another thing I do want to point out too is there's a weird bug going on where even if I'm playing on my computer or on my phone at max, max health or max battery on my phone, it'll pop up saying that I had to go into low power mode because I was running out of battery, and then the graphics go really, really bad. So I know, guys, this isn't like the most positive first impressions video I wanted it to be, but I couldn't really recommend this game. There are some unique things in it that I wish were more playable, like you actually played it, but I was a little disappointed. This game is essentially like a cash grab autoplay game. I want developers to come out with MMOs that we can actually play, and there are success stories. Ragnarok M is a perfect example of a game that you actually play and is extremely successful. I love playing that game. I can't wait to play it. This game, I can't wait to uninstall it. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more upcoming mobile gaming videos in the future. And my name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.